So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce our panelists today, and I'm going to ask them an important question. Each one of them will answer it, and then from there we're going to take it over to Jane, where she's going to do a summary. All right, let's have some fun. Well, first we have Jane Powell, our fearless CEO and executive director. In fact, Jane and Ferry once envisioned this community over coffee. And here we are, wide awake and making it real. So thank you so much for that. So my question for you, Jane, what excites you most about the NapChat digital community?
Well, I think what really excites me most about it is it's one place that you can come in, and unlike with Facebook, you've got all the places together. And so you don't have to hop from one group. And if you post something that you like in one group, have to post it to another. Honestly, with the ability to come in and see other people's posts about different treatments, it makes it a lot more interesting because you can see all the different things people are doing versus just kind of a silo. And then you have to read the list of medications that people are taking for narcolepsy or IH. And being able to work with, local community groups and giving them a space where all of their members can come and join us and be one big community.
All right. Well, thank you, Jane. So joining us as co-host of our amazing volunteer is Rachel Nesmith. If energy had a name, it might be Rachel. Seriously, she just has amazing energy. So Rachel, what inspired you to get involved and give your time to this community?
Well, I've been a member for a long time, and it's my greatest joy is to give back and make it easier for someone else that may not be diagnosed yet, having symptoms, or even if they're just feeling like they don't know anybody else with narcolepsy, and it's hard for their family to understand them, as well as I would like for there to be social change to change how the world sees us, as well as feel better about ourselves and know that we can achieve greatness despite any hardships we encounter.
Wow, awesome. Thank
Thank
you, Rachel.
No problem.
All right. And also joining us today is Sam, CEO of Purvita Partners. And he's one of our partners for the AI workshop supporting our jobs project. So, Sam, what excites you the most about how AI can empower people in this community?
Thank you, Alejandro, for the question. I'm really excited to be here. I've learned a lot about narcolepsy and the challenges that people face. What AI, I'm excited about AI, is beginning to help or has a potential to help people with narcolepsy community. Faster analysis of sleep studies, identifying at-risk individuals. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not here to play AI doctor, right? So AI is helping all walks of folks in every walk of life at this point, right? It can help in the daily life support and accessibility. You can have smart assistants and reminders, but most importantly, how we are going to help the people in this community is helping them to find jobs which can be remote, help AI tools to help them find jobs, tailor their resumes, how to interview, how to set up their resumes, ATS friendly, all those other things that we will talk about in the exciting jobs project that we have envisioned for everybody in this community. Sorry, I had to play the AI doctor for a minute. I didn't know that I'm the AI jobs person.
Yo, thank you so much. And that's really exciting. I'm so excited to really see the fruition of the program and, people joining and hopefully succeeding, landing a job or discovering that they want to do something new in life. All right, so everybody say hello to Chef Mark Wright, CEO of Trinutro Global Initiative and the mastermind behind the Health and Wellness 360 program. If wellness had a recipe, he probably wrote it. All right, so Chef Mike, why was a whole body approach important for the wellness program?
Hey everyone, hey Alejandro. Uh, Great question. Thank you for having me here. Um, a whole body approach is important because I think it should be the gold standard of health and wellness and treating disease or embarking on a healthy lifestyle. A holistic approach is important because it combines key factors. Not only physical health and well-being, but it also combines uh, mental health and well-being. It also combines spirituality. And I look at this like primary is a concept called primary and secondary foods, right? Where your primary foods um, involves stuff like your spirituality and your physical activity and your career. And these are very important factors, and they play a actually a more important role than the actually physical food that you actually eat, because if you actually look at it, the effects of the primary foods have on your well-being is phenomenal, and it actually kind of like set the tone of how you will react to your or how you will react on your health and wellness journey. So having a comprehensive approach that actually embodies all aspects of health and wellness is very important, because all asset or factors of healing have a place in our journey.
All right. Well, thank you, Chef Mark. And again, equally as excited about your program. I really can't wait to experience it. Just kind of watch everyone, follow your that 12-week program. It's gonna be great. All right. And then we have Ferry. Fabulous Ferry, our globetrotting director of international engagement and research.
Fabulous.
Here with the latest on the narcolepsy and IH registry. So, Ferry, what impact do you hope the registry will have on our global community?
That it will get more dialogue on all the consequences of our sleeping disorders, and that there is much more going on than just our symptoms. If we address that well, we can address the improvement of our quality of life. And I think that is maybe the most important part of our journey.
Right, exactly. Thank you, Ferry. All right, well, let's turn it over to Jane, who will share how these exciting programs are going to be coming to life.
Yeah, so we're very excited for 2025. I've really created some great relationships with our partners, starting first with the Jobs Project. Ferry has been leading the way with that. On the courses side, we've joined up with Pura Vida Partners and Sam Ballou, who brings over 30 years of experience in IT recruiting, and especially with AI. His AI almost rivals my AI experience. So we get together, we can geek out on how we can utilize this to make a better world for all of us. One of the actual really exciting pieces is the AI workshops for job seekers. So if you haven't been in recruitment or know as much about ATS systems, which are applicant tracking systems, you can go out through LinkedIn and everything and apply for, 50 jobs and not get a response. That's because they're all utilizing, certain keywords within your resume to be able to score it. So you might not get in front of someone just simply because you didn't put the right word in the resume itself. From there, we're looking at being able to go over to Health and Wellness 360, which is something I'm very excited about, because I know that we've all tried different diets, we've all tried exercise, lots of supplements and everything. And working with Chef Mark, Trinutra Global Initiative and Trinutra Inc., they have created ways of working with cultures and certain types of diseases to live better lives just through nutrition alone. But not only with that, they bring into it as well the fitness and the mindfulness that's needed. Because I'm not sure about everyone else, but I definitely listen to enough binaural beats that I can probably pick up radio waves no matter where I'm at. So, with these programs, we've really created them from one of the main projects, Fairy Heads Up, which is our NNIH registry. So, when you start looking at the numbers, 24% of our registry is unemployed, even though that 50+% have a bachelor's degree or higher. That number actually jumps up to 28% with early onset diagnosis. So what this means is that our younger generations, when they're diagnosed, they're not necessarily getting enough tools or other things to help them thrive, dealing with narcolepsy or IH and helping empower themselves. So that is one of the main reasons behind the Jobs Project. When we look at Health and Wellness 360, over 60% their quality of life scores are, only 5.8 out of 10. Also, comorbidity with depression, as we probably all know that, with narcolepsy especially, it goes hand in hand with depression. And if you're not depressed before you find out you have narcolepsy, you usually get depressed afterwards. But, we bring it all together in the NapChat digital community that I feel will be a benefit for everyone because it'll be one spot where you can come in and not only check out other events by other groups, but also be able to find tools and things in one place. And it's a private community. So you're not having to worry about other people coming in or it just being open to the public. Um, and so, really, that's our vision for 2025 and really bringing more people together. And of course, one of the biggest things for this year is we have added idiopathic hypersomnia to our charter. We find that it's very important to open up our programs to people with IH because of the similar symptoms and the similar challenges that they face. So with that, I'll pass it back over to Alejandro so we can open it up for more discussions on the programs.
So one of the questions actually we just got, it goes to you, Sam. So how does AI help with, resumes? And does someone need to be tech savvy?
Great question. You don't need to be tech savvy, but we will make you tech savvy by the time you finish the program. We will give you enough tools to make you tech savvy. How does AI help? AI helps with the resume formatting, ATS-friendly resumes, preparing you for the interviews, mock interviews, getting you in front of the remote jobs that you're seeking for, the flexibility part-time, and we'll give you enough tools and technology that you'll be able to use and make sure that um, finding a job in itself is a job, right? It's a exhausting job. And if you add narcolepsy to that part of it, I can see the struggles that people are going through. I've learned so much about it in the past few months as I've been talking to Jane. But at the end of the day, it's my job here is to help people to find jobs, irrespective of the community that I go and speak to. But AI is helping in all facets of job finding. Companies are looking at your resumes and trying to filter it using AI. I want to give the tools to the common job seeker, and especially with somebody with narcolepsy and IH, to find and give them those tools to be ready for the to find a job. By making it ATS friendly, by making sure that we are giving you how to find, how to interview, how to find, and make your job search a little humanely as possible, right? To make it easier. It won't be easier, but make it easier with some of the tools that we will help you along the way to manage your day much better in terms of finding a job.
All right, great. Thank you. And so another question that we got was, how do you apply for the health and wellness program? Jane, that was awesome. Thank you so much for answering that. She has put a link right into the Q&A, which you can pull that up and it'll take you right there on how to apply for the health and wellness program.
someone asking because they don't need to do a resume or get a paid job. Can I still learn about AI, or is it focused on job searching? And absolutely. Any of our programs, there is an application process, but the AI workshop for job seekers is going to be open for people to attend the event and everything. There's going to be lots of discussions about AI because there's so many tools out there. Um, and Sam, do you have anything that you want to add to that with the
The the tools we want to focus on, yes, we'll give them some tools, but we want people to focus on the process and learn the process. As I always tell people, I'll try to teach you not how, I won't give you the fish, but I'll teach you how to fish, right? There's so many tools available today. And as a job seeker, you are finding jobs, so you don't have unlimited funds to buy all these tools. We will try to give you a lot of the free ones or the freemium ones where you can use multiple tools to do. Great question. As you go through the program, you will get excited about AI and how to use AI in every aspect of your life, not just the job search, right?
You made
Uh,
a good point. So, really, AI is mainly about your prompting. So, learning how to prompt, you can easily take a prompt that might be for a job search and say, how can I use this to find a plumber? I mean, I don't know. But you can definitely just, a lot of times it's just talking to AI to get it to tell you what you should do, and it will write it out for you. But the great thing is when you start learning about prompting, complex prompts or chain prompting, it'll help you in lots of other areas. It can be retooled and reprocessed for different things.
And one of the things that as AI is getting mature enough as the days go by, even the prompting you don't need to really learn. You can ask AI to write prompts for you, and we'll teach you how to do that too, so that AI is going to solve its own problems now. So we will also give you that um, e- edge for you to use it any aspects of your life, right? Not just job search.
I see another question that came in about cost, about courses, as well as timeframes to finish. So, just to let everyone know, any of our programs to our constituents are always at no cost. Now, these are very expensive programs a lot of times and things that we're, basically covering that cost for you. So we will ask that you try to complete it. We let people do it usually on their own time and at their own pace. But like courses and things, we usually give a suggested time frame because we'll try and help support you through it. So if you're having trouble with the course or what have you, trying to get things going, we were going to help support you through that. So don't feel like you're alone once you sign up for something. We're going to be working with you to make sure you get where you need to go, because that's what our charter is for each of these programs. We want to see higher employment rates. We want to see the impact that these are making. And this really comes back to, with all of these programs, the biggest thing we're going to ask of you going through them is to give us your unbiased feedback and let us know what's working, what's not working. Now, we may not be able to do all the things that people want us to do, but we will take everything into consideration. The main thing is we want to create programs that are going to last for years to come to be able to help generations of people with narcolepsy and IH.
And so I did get a question from somebody from overseas asking about, is NapChat also available to them? And yes, this is available to everyone, internationally here in the US. That's what this is here for. This actually goes to Chef Mark. And so do the fitness classes, in the program take into account for like cataplexy or muscle weakness, muscle tone loss?
What we try to do is to create a program that kind of caters to all the different levels and stages of sickness and disease. So some people might be at different stages of their journey. Some people might be at different stages in how they manage their disease. So that's why we have the one-on-one kind of coaching sessions. That's why we have the one-on-one time with our coaches, where you can get personalized time so that you can kind of that time will kind of help you develop at a better and faster rate than you would in like a group session. So the answer for that is yes, and that would be a great way to utilize your personal time and the coach's one-on-one time.
All right. Hey, I got another great question here. How often are the programs run? And I can answer that. So, speaking of the Health and Wellness 360 program, that is a 12-week program for start. Now, let's say though, hey, I can't, I'm too busy during that time. There's going to be more. Right. So we're going to continue to have more of these programs. Now, with the jobs project, right? You get into the program and you're self-paced and you're meeting, with Sam one-on-one. So really that's pretty sky's the limit right there. That's a great deal. I myself, I was out of the job last year and I wish I had someone like Sam. Really. I mean, oh my Lord. And I was taking a lot of different, sessions and things like that. But Sam, I would have loved one-on-one time with the recruiter. That would have been great. So
Well, Alejandro, I think you might have landed a pretty good job.
I sure did.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
oh,
But
oh,
to add to that, so with the AI workshops for job seekers and the career coaching, they will be twice a month on the second and third Mondays. And so every other month, we will have the basic course for AI workshop for job seekers, and then we'll have an advanced course. Now, just keep in mind that these recordings will be available so you can watch it if you can't make it to the meetings. But those are going on a regular basis. With the Health and Wellness 360, we're signed up for at least 3 cohorts for the rest of the year. We may end up doing more. It just depends on how well everything goes and participation. Basically, each cohort that starts, there'll be 3 groups. One will be going through fitness, one will be going through nutrition, and one will be going through mindfulness. And you'll have peer to peer accountability. So, the great thing about this program is you're going to be able to build your support group. You're going to be able to have people to count on to one, hold you accountable so you're doing what you say you're going to do, but also to be able to, have someone to talk to when it's like, all right, this is getting too much. I don't feel like doing all this, just have someone else that you can lean on.
For the skill courses, the moment you have applied and you have chosen a time frame to do a small interview, then within 48 hours, you can already start your new course. And that can be any day of the week.
it is true. I can attest. I am actually somebody who was in the jobs project, who completed some courses. Yeah, I really enjoyed the project management courses. There's 2 of them there that really give you the basics, fundamentals of project management. That helps out a lot. And even one thing, when I was looking at for a job, one of the biggest tips I got from recruiters was, when I was doing, workshops is, recruiters like to see you constantly retraining yourselves while you're looking for work, right? And then I'd go post that every time I'd complete something. I'd go post it on LinkedIn. And then the next thing you know, I got this job. So yeah, it worked out really great. So what else? Do we have any other questions? Anybody?
I would like to ask Jeff Mark, why is motivation so important in our wellness program?
So motivation is very important because people struggle all the time with maintaining a healthy lifestyle. People have different struggles in terms of how they're gonna evolve and embark on any journey. So having a supportive group, having a an accountability coach is very instrumental in helping people stay and complete their journey. Um, an accountability coach and a motivational coach is very, very important. I mean, take for example, everyone at the beginning of the year, um, have a New Year's resolution, right? And they all plan to start and they're going to do X and Y and Z. They're going to lose X amount of weight and stuff. But then what happens by February or March? What life gets to you, right? And you lose all focus. What if you have a buddy? What if you have a motivational support group? What if you have a group like Health and Wellness 360 that is combining all the tools that you need to actually help you, guide you, and facilitate you on your journey? Would you think that extra support would actually help you to complete your journey? And I think that is what the Health and Wellness 360 um, program and platform is really doing, is recognizing the struggles that people have on their health journey, and putting the tools in place to help you kind of like facilitate and complete your journey. So health and wellness at 360, what we actually want to do is to create an environment, create an immersive and accountable environment to help you. At the end of this program, we want you to, if you came at stage 1, we want you to get to stage 3, and not only having someone motivate you, helping you to develop that inner motivational gene to help you motivate yourself. Because then, listen, my health is one of my greatest assets. And if you have the mindset of focusing on your health and utilizing the tools that we have on this platform, I think you will be on to a great start on your health and wellness journey.
Yeah, I think it's very important when I look into my own experiences that no matter what you start, there will be moments that you're lacking energy, because that's what narcolepsy and IH is about. And those moments, you need a little push in the back to continue instead of saying, okay, not today. And that's what I like about everything I have learned so far about the health and wellness 360 program, that people will be encouraged, will be supported.
Sherry, I think motivation is required and accountability is required for anything in life, right? And as you're going through the struggles, if you have somebody to hold your hand, be accountable, and do what you said you were going to do, is always going to help. Doesn't matter whether it's health, applying for a job, or just carrying on with the job that you are in, right? And that's why you see all the great players have coaches, and they all go to the coaches and mentors to do stuff. Unfortunately, we don't focus a lot on some of those things, and having a group like this and the support like this is always helpful. And thank you for you guys doing this for the community, right? It is absolutely wonderful that you can build communities like this and they can support each other.
Thank you for that explanation. Yes, and of course, we are not the only community. There are others out there, but we need to be honest and say it's extra difficult for us when you are operating on a battery that only has maybe 20%. So this is very hard, needed to actually.
And, I want to appreciate everyone that has joined us so far. And just keep in mind, as you probably know, we haven't done a ton of public events, a lot of different things. We've always been here with our programs, but a lot of this is a learning curve for us. Well, Alejandro, if you want to continue with the additional questions we had.
Absolutely. So, how does NapChat actually help people feel connected?
One of the best things we can do right now is actually show people what NapChat digital community looks like, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So, um, let me see here. Let's go in here so you guys can see this. As you guys might have seen, we have been doing some pretty exciting things, not only to our website, but with the NapChat. We actually have quite a few of our beta testers in this group,
Mhm.
which is awesome. So, Rachel, you've happened to be in our NapChat community. You want to give us your opinion of the way it's set up and how it works? Well,
Yeah,
set up.
I really like how there are many different programs and even like chats for other organizations that we're going to work with. And everybody's going to have their own space, and it's a safe community. You don't have to worry about any judgment on your input. And we just really want to be there to support you in your ability to take charge of your health and of our futures. And that, the jobs training is pretty cool. I just started it and learning about project management. So thank you so much.
So, just so everyone can see, I know Kristen's in the meeting and everything. We're really excited to have the Colorado group with us. And so, this is basically what it looks like, guys. So, you've got a feed. So, it's very similar to, Facebook in that. But once you join, it'll take you right here to our Get Started page, which basically explains the different areas and things. And then once you come in and you say hello to everybody, then you'll have access to not only our community hub and patient journeys, but also one of my favorite areas, which is the therapy paths, which have all the medications in it. So that way you can see what's happening. Like for me personally, I've never taken weight kicks. I'm always interested in what people have to say about it. But you're able to see the different things, whether it be oxybate or baclofen, and then, of course, community connection. So the great thing is part of our charter as well is to work on our local groups and helping support regional groups as well as our presence out at trade shows. So I know Ferry and I will both be at AASM Sleep 2025 as well as Beyond Sleepy, which are both in Seattle this year on the same weekend. So that's going to be a really long time for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. We're making sure that we're getting our presence more out there, looking forward to meeting people locally as well as expanding, our medical board and like different things. But within, our Snapchat community, we got the resource vault so you can go in and find things, whether it's on our programs, on medication treatments. We have a lot of content in a lot of different places. So we're trying to make sure we get all that in here. But the great thing is because we have such an active user community, you guys are also adding to this. So this is a community for all. So the great thing is that as we have people join, like let's just say, I see Viv is on here. Viv, we love all of your hilarious things. And so having our inspiration and humor section where you can just post as many memes as you want. And then of course, the big thing, our feedback sessions, section. We want to hear what you like, what you don't like, because we're wanting to really help develop these programs with our constituents, not just, from what we find in research and other things. And one thing I'm not sure how many people know, but not only is our board made up with people with narcolepsy, our actual organization is made up with people with narcolepsy. Now, we'd like some more people with IH in there, but the thing is we're doing a lot more in our volunteer programs and other pieces so that we can help get the community involved and help expand out these programs for the good of all.
Nice. And then a question that I could definitely answer is what are the kind of topics are we going to have during these nap chats? And how often do we have nap chats? So to answer the second question, so these nap chats we will have on the first Monday of every month. So the next one we're going to be having on April 7th. And the topics that we're going to have, one of the really exciting ones I think is really cool is the entrepreneurs. So we're going to bring in entrepreneurs, people that have narcolepsy IH, that have their business or something, and talk about that, right? Another one that is also dear to our heart, especially with the Colorado support group, are like having physicians, like Dr. Sarah Ritchie. We're planning on bringing her over to do something soon. And then also like Dr. Harsh, who does clinical research at UC Boulder. And then also, of course, Rachel, Dr. Ann Morse, right? We'll have her on there as well. But then there's also the other topic of, hearing some of your stories. So again, we'll have some, stories of individuals of people with narcolepsy to be on NapChat. So really looking forward to all that. This next year is going to be great with a lot of topics. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of great energy. And how do you, register for all these? So when you're in the NapChat digital community that Jane just showed you, you'll go over into the workshop and events, and you can see it in the calendar there. And then also, I know they'll be posted here and there, like in Facebook or whatnot. But if you do want to start just adding to your calendar soon, we'll start having every month on there, so that you can RSVP.
And one other quick thing, our Snapchat digital community is now open. So if you're interested in joining, that is available. So you can do it from the website. You can do it from our PWN for PWN group. We'll be posting the links there for everyone to sign up.
And again, if you have any issues or questions about, signing up, please reach out to us at programs at PWN for PWN.org. But again, it is programs at PWN for PWN.org. Happy to always answer your questions. So don't hesitate to reach out. Do we got any other questions from anybody? Anybody want to ask any other questions? What can we do different? Anything?
Our goal is to have a central place where you can talk about anything, no matter how you approach your sleeping disorder, no matter if it's IH or narcolepsy, and that you can find all the resources about all these different approaches. Nobody is judging you like it might happen on Facebook, where there are too many other people reading whatever you like to talk about along the way of your journey.
Hey guys, this is Dan. I want to talk to Ferry and Jane. You guys are doing a great job. I want you to know I am finally ready to get my story out there with you guys. I have to do it.
All right, Dan. Way to
I
go. All right.
finally was able to break through that wall.
Yeah.
I am so ready to be back.
Awesome. Our daughters are about the same age.
Yes, they are. And I'm so ready to share more of my poetry and stuff on
That's awesome.
NapChat because I got to sign up.
I really wanted to see what Solomon looks like because I've seen his posts.
Right, Solomon.
I'm here. How's it going?
We're looking forward to seeing the artwork in the
finally.
celebration.
But I made it. Are you guys going to have an online forum or message boards or something that might be kind of more like a different sort of interaction where you can really delve into like your personal, approach and experience? I know I'm kind of maybe ridiculous on that front because it's all I do. But like, I feel like I was late, so I missed the first 20,
Oh.
30 minutes. But I don't know
So
if
for
that was
sure,
an
NapChat is now
elementary.
open. So like for your drawings, as long as they don't get too scary there. Solomon, I've seen some things.
Oh, then you might
But
not like some
we
of
got
my
a whole
poems.
post space that you can put in videos or pictures. We have our patient journeys where people can post and they can talk about their journey. And, as things grow, we might create bigger post space. But for now, we have it pretty concise, following best practices from a lot of groups that have moved off Facebook. We don't want to create so many post spaces that people get lost. And just so people know, from the different groups on Facebook themselves, if you add up all of the members and and I'm just referring to generic narcolepsy or IH groups, it's almost 100,000 people. But as we have people join, we're going to be taking feedback to move things around and do different things. But to your question, Solomon, each of those post spaces you can post in. So there's like just the general group, kind of like PWN or just your general thing. There's the feed that shows you everything that you are a part of. And what that means is if you're not a part of a jobs project, you're not going to see the post from it. If you're not a part of Health and Wellness 360, or because they'll have their own private post space for the cohorts, but like for general posts and things, everything will show up in the feed if you join that group, right? So
Okay.
then that way you can kind of control what you're seeing, like Facebook. But just keep in mind, there's no paid posts, there's no advertising, there's nothing. It's just only us and what we're posting.
That's good. Right on. I will share the links on Facebook after this one. So it will be there within the next hour.
All right. Awesome.
We got like 2 minutes left. Does anybody else have a question? Feedback?
I don't have a question, but Jane, I will try not to scare you with any of the poems about nightmares, okay? Because some of them are pretty bad.
Well, you could scare her a little bit about raising a kid while you have narcolepsy
Yeah.
as a parent.
And the child is autistic, and
Mine
ADHD,
too.
and possibly does have narcolepsy too. So yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
hard.
good luck
I
with
mean,
that one, Jane.
mine does have narcolepsy. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
plan
So,
on sharing
Can.
my story as I go along. I think I'm about 10 weeks at this point. But the thing is being AMA, which is no longer geriatric pregnancy, but advanced maternity age, as well as having narcolepsy, plus my parents having a lot of, neither one unfortunately are still alive, but having a lot of autoimmunes and other diseases, I get to go through all of these exciting tasks beforehand. But it still seems like a lot of stuff is missing. I feel like really published information or just finding, because there's Zoom groups, but there's not like recordings you can watch just because, we all get to be a part of our little PWN bundle of joy.
exactly. We have to be because, it's the first baby of PWN for PWN. So
Before we leave, I think I need to match Rachel's hair, so I'm going to do that.
Oh, you are
And had the best costumes. Just wait for it. Here we go.
awesome. You dressed up like a superhero too?
all right.
Oh, and one more quick announcement too, because they weren't able to join. Keep in mind, if you go to our Health and Wellness 360 page to see the team that Chef Marcus put together, you can't miss out on David Octavio Gondo,
Yeah.
2-time cancer survivor. He's been on Steve Harvey. He is a motivational and fitness. If you saw the pictures of him with his before, he went through 98 different chemo treatments in one weekend. The good thing, sorry guys, since women make up most of our narcolepsy registry, just keep in mind it's all men and they're usually shirtless. They had shirts on for the pictures. I plan on participating. They have to do something special for my workout regimen. But, I think everybody actually on our board as well as within the company want to be a part of it. So I just suggest everyone, if you're interested, please sign up. But just keep in mind, please sign up if you actually feel like this is something you're going to stick with. Because, the actual cost of programs are almost $5,000. We're covering that cost. So you guys want to know my stress levels, I'm fundraising all of this. So help keep me a little bit saner. Make sure you stay in the program so I can show those impact analysis. But we want to bring everyone together and really help and create a motivational environment because I personally, for one, I've been diagnosed since 2010. Ferry was actually the first person I met after I was diagnosed. And I really had zero support group. And so I don't really have very much family. I have wonderful friends. I now have Alan, who I've been dating for 2 years. But, having a support system. So the thing is we're going to share these experiences, but we want you to know that you have a place that is safe to share this information, that's not going to be taken out of context or what have you. But it's very personal to really all of us, not only just within the organization, but on the board. So just keep that in mind.
Jane, you got me at shirtless men.
Well, hey, everyone. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, who joined us today, either live or who's going to, do the replay. Thank you so much, for just, viewing it. And then again, just a big thank you to our panelists today for joining us and just being a part of this and helping us, right? Both, Chef Mark and Sam, it's amazing to have people, actually just focusing on us and helping us, with our conditions. It really is a relief. I'm excited about this. I know Jane, I know Ferry, I know Rachel. Right? You're excited. I just want to remind everyone, yes, if you have any questions, please, send to the programs at PWN for PWN.org. So yeah, let's connect. Let's be a community. Let's continue to build it, improve it, because that's what this is all about.
And our next NapChat is going to be, which will always be the first Monday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have tentative dates for the first cohort to start with health and wellness as the 15th of April. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up. And then also with Sam, we've got the second and third Monday of the month for the Jobs Project. So make sure if you're interested in the Jobs Project, if you're only interested in the events, we're going to make sure that you get those two. Really for the application for the Jobs Project, it does talk about work and seeing a resume and stuff like that. But if you don't have that or want that, you just want to be a part of the AI workshop for job seekers, we'll make sure you can be able to get in that as well.
Awesome.
All
Thank you
right,
so much.
everyone.
Thank you.
As our co-host
Thank
says,
you,
have a
everyone.
fantastic day.
Yeah.
Take care,
on.
guys.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Enjoy.
You
Thank-
too.
Nap time.
Nap
That's
time.
right. Nap time.